Hello people of YouTube land. I am Kit King, and today I'm going to be posting my first tutorial-esque video on here. I posted a photo of a drawing I started last night on my Instagram at kit_king, and I had asked on it what you guys would like to see in terms of a video in the process and what you wanted me to touch on. So lots of the comments were details such as skin texture, how I go about it, smooth shading, values, materials used, and how I do hair. So for the purpose of this video, these are the things I'm going to touch on. I'll have to break it up into sections because I'd really like to do a detailed explanation on each of these areas. I will start off in this introduction giving a list of the materials that I'm using for this drawing. Here's the drawing that I'm talking about. I'm using, well, I've got this up, a new paper for the first time, and it's actually not too bad. It's a Canson illustration. It's got a nice weight to it, 150. It's a lot smoother than what I'm used to working with, as I prefer to work on watercolor paper, also by Canson. But this isn't too bad. So I'm using a combination of graphite, charcoal, and pan pastel. For the graphite, I'm using a combination of pencils. I'm using the Staedtler 8B. This pencil is a little miracle. It's super, super dark without having the reflective shine of a regular graphite pencil. If you notice, other 8Bs and other pencil brands, they're super, super, super shiny when the light hits it a certain way. This pencil does not have that problem. So I use that for my darks, my blacks. Then I'm also using, in the same Staedtler pencils, a 6B, a HB, and an 5H. So just those 3 plus, or 4 plus my mechanical pencil. Doesn't matter what type of mechanical pencil. I prefer the smaller lead. Other than that, I'm not too picky what brand. I need a mechanical for the small details, fine hairs. It's just easier than constantly sharpening. And with the graphite, I'm also using a graphite powder, just the General's graphite. I got it at Curry's local art store here in Ontario, Canada. Brush it on, get great smooth results. I actually find it better than the General's charcoal. I have a hard time getting the charcoal powder smooth as I can with the graphite. So I'm also using 2 charcoal pencils, General's again, just a soft and a hard, and then my pan pastel for my darks and my mediums in large areas. So I use brushes to blend and apply all my powders and stuff. You'll notice that if you follow me on Instagram. Don't do a drawing without brushes. I prefer them over these little blending somethings. I hate these guys. I can't get them smooth. I'm not sure why, they don't seem to work for me very well. So I use a combination of long and softer bristle brushes and shorter, more stiff bristled brushes. They each serve their purpose. For the softer, longer bristles, I use these to just shape out map out some of my shapes and my shades, just get basic values in, and I kind of build it up. It's not very good for getting smooth shading or dark values. For those, I use, for the darks, the shorter and harder the bristles, the better. And whereas this, you kind of more paint it on like you would actually painting. With these, you scrub it into the paper, and it keeps your darks staying dark, which is key because you don't want to have just mid-tones and light values. You want to have your blacks and some nice dark grays in there to have a good value range so your piece really pops. So for large, smooth areas, when you want the blend to be seamless, you want want something that's round. And again, the hard bristles, they're great. You just kind of scrub it in to the paper and you can get nice smooth results. The shorter the bristles, the better. I have a bunch of different sizes of these round brushes that I use for different areas. And then lastly, for smaller details, you get a smaller brush. This guy is well used, as you can see. He's probably my favorite. I just got him off eBay for like 50 cents. He's just a small angled brush. They don't have to be expensive brushes. You can just get cheap ones. It's not like painting. We have to worry about the bristles falling off and getting stuck to your piece. So this is just medium. It's not really soft. It's not really hard bristled. And the small angle was great to work in. I love him. So aside from that, the only materials left, I use this guy. He's fantastic. The Tombow Mono Zero Eraser. Great for lifting out little details and highlights. You could use it for your hair. You'll see me using him a lot for those white parts that you see in my drawings. Also, I tried not to use this too much. A little jelly roll paint pen thing for the smaller bright white details. The problem with these is they can yellow over time. It's good to always spray your piece down with a fixative anyways, but these guys can be tricky, so you want to limit the amount you're going to use this, and if you are, always spray it after. Don't just leave your drawing unprotected. So those are the materials, and now I'm going to pause this and flip the camera around so you guys can get a bird's eye view of what I'm doing. I'm going to be starting with my next video on how I do skin texture. I'll be working on, here's my reference photo, this area right in here. I'm just picking up exactly where I left off last night. I'm working from right to left because I work mostly with my right hand. So stay tuned, and I'll give you a little rundown of how I approach skin. Thanks so much.